Sita Rose was sharing earlier, there's so much history to this song. There's so much effort and joy and possibilities for us to create art in the world, right? And this labor of love was a long time in the making. And what's powerful is before I jumped on, I went on Facebook and I just simply typed in The Way music video DTO, Sita Rose. And I want to share my screen because I think it's super relevant, because what's wonderful is kind of a little blast from the past of going through some of the pictures, some of the efforts. I think it began with us posting on social media and saying, hey, who'd like to be in a music video? Join us. So here we go. Thumbs up if you can see my screen. Awesome, awesome. All right. So once upon a time, Oscar, Sita Rose, and DTO were out in the desert in San Diego County.
That's nice.
Yes, according to the legend. And as you can see, Oscar has his incredible equipment and gear. Sita Rose is already with her third eye and throat chakra activated. And many of you might know that this song, The Way, is the third eye chakra. So it makes sense that Sita Rose had a bindi, so beautifully placed. And this is the album artwork that we had for the album Infinite Energy. And so this album was my second album that has 7 songs for 7 chakras. And so there was a post that went out that said, hey, come join this music video. And here's Sandy and your sister on set. And it was such a powerful feedback where, you know, there's 4 steps. There's sender, message, receiver, feedback. So when Sita Rose and I had the message as the senders of this song, and Andrew and other participants of the creation of the song, we all put it together. And big shout out to Antonio at Global BPM for mixing and mastering this track. When people said yes, when we did this simple post online, hey, community, who would like to be in a music video? Look how many incredible people showed up. And on the set, I know Tamara can't make it right now. She's doing so many other things in her life. Tamara guided 15 to 20 people that came on set the day of in the choreography for this music video. Remember that, Sandy? So cool, right? So here it is. These are your posts, Sandy. So thanks for putting those up so we can share with everyone. And there's a section of the music video that we'll watch. And so here's a little behind the scenes of everyone learning the choreography. It feels like ages ago, right?
That's awesome. I think about that all the time. I pass through there.
Is that a panda in the background? Or in the dance group?
Hooray. Thank you, Sandy, for taking that video, whoever took it for you. Appreciate that. Because that's a great behind the scenes. And of course, we have Stephen and Gina, as always, crushing it with their acro yoga. And yeah, so a couple kids from the Midwest, as the story goes, Laura Rose and David Glenn Kemp, we made a pathway of heading to California. Jason, spiritual gold, we'll call it, apparently. I was actually coming out to California for a teaching job, Espanol. And so we connected in San Diego County and we created a song called The Way. And it is the third eye of the album. So I'm going to share the album Infinite Energy, which, as we know, anyone that's an artist, musician, takes a lot of time to do these projects, especially when you have a vision of putting an album together that aligns with the 7 chakras. And for anyone out there that doesn't know, chakras are the energy centers that people from India, where it originated from, believe are where you can focus your attention and energy into. So if someone says they feel rooted or grounded, from the root chakra. And then there's colors that represent each one. And so I had a vision once upon a time to create this album, and we were able to come together, and each singer got to choose which chakra, and it kind of organically happened. So Sita Rose, take it from here. Tell us about the backstory of this song.
Oh my gosh, what a delight. Yeah, so I'd say like the backstory of this, really originated from, well, you had given me we talked about third eye, and I was very much in my devotional chanting space. Like that had been such an anchor in my practice and my life. And so as I was tuning into third eye, our track happened so organically, I will say. I think we connected and then went to your studio, this very small, sweet studio in Poway, and we just, like, magic started to happen. We laid down some foundations, laid down a couple tracks, and then you sent that track to me, and I remember very distinctly, I went up to Torrey Pines, like near Del Mar area, went hiking, was looking out at the ocean, and just feeling what the song wanted to be. And I love creating in that way, where I have some foundation and then I get to let my imagination add words and I just let it flow, let it go. DTL in the flow. So as we were, collaborating, these words came, these lyrics came, and we like wove them into the fabric that was already existing with the track. The intention was really like writing, sometimes it just comes out, like the words just flow, and it felt very poignant. Like 3 felt very, which is beautiful. Like if we reduce the 6th chakra, which is Anja, the third eye, reduce that down, it's 3, and so it was in like lyrics and phrases of 3. And then I remember one night we were kind of on the rooftop talking about the track, and we're like, okay, where does this track want to go? What if we take it to the next? What if we blow out the third eye? And that's when we birthed the beat dropping. It just like in the middle of the track, and we're like, all right, let's give it some grit. Let's give that third eye something to stand on. And it felt really important to, even though Ganesha, there's the mantra in there, Ganesha mantra, Ganapati, even though Ganesha, really is more of that root chakra feeling, there's Ganesha.
This is Himalaya's Ganesha friend living in Costa Rica. It's our roommate. Have anything to say? Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. So share with everyone what that mantra means.
Yeah, so Jai Ganesha, we're invoking the energy of Ganesha. Ganesha, one of the elephant-headed deities, is is very jovial, and we call in Ganesha to remove the things in our path that may be is not serving us. And so even though Ganesha is really that rooted, oftentimes we chant to Ganesha to like base down, like feel that ground, get into the root. Elephant, you think heavy, really the mantra was important to remove the obstacles of vision and sight, and seeing the path, seeing the vision. And so oftentimes I imagine those of you on the call can relate so deeply to having some idea, having a vision for yourself, and feeling obstacles, whether they are your own self-imposed or they're out there in the external. And so we call on Ganesha in this mantra to remove the obstacles of our grand vision. May we see clearly. May we see our reality clearly.
Oh.
So Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, we translate it to victory. Victory to Ganesha, we're calling in the name of the deity. And that's the sweetest sound. Like that is the sweetest sound. His research showed, you know, for us humans too, like that is the sweetest name. Like to hear our name is one of the sweetest sounds. And so same for the deities. When we speak the name of Ganesha, we are dropping into the vibration of Ganesha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Jai Ganesha. So lovely. Ganesha came here from California with us. And so Himalaya has Ganesha on her desk to remember of removing obstacles and whatever is in our mind to sometimes get out of the mind, get into the heart, get into our feeling, our purpose, our path. And famous show recently tagged the phrase, "This is the way." And I know Andrew's driving, and I love the backstory. I think we even met at a coffee house in Hillcrest or somewhere, and we started like working on the production. It was already like 80% produced. But yes, for anyone out there that doesn't know Poway, California, I was living in this small little casita that was like 100 square feet, had like one of those Murphy beds, and you know, we have ebbs and flows in life. And so I was in a place where I was wanting and needing, I guess, to have that as a incubator, right? And to get into this blockage of obstacles. So with that said, we felt once the song dropped around 2 minutes, we were like, whoa, we need this to have like some danceable movement inspired parts and pieces to the song. So that's when we passed over the bass line to Andrew, and he did an amazing, incredible job playing the bass. And rumor has it he has a really great bass face as well. I don't know if that's just trending or not sure, but here, I'll pop you in here, Andrew. It looks like you're in position to share about your backstory on this song and the way. And not only did you play, you know, on this song, but when Sita Rose had her launch party for her album, you and I got to be on stage. I played some keys, you played bass. So many great memories. And then sometimes you have to just shake off the dust to remember all these beautiful experiences we've had as artists. But yeah, I'd love to hear your perception of the song, The Way.
Well, that's what music and movement and bass is for, is shaking off the dust. So yeah, I mean, you and Sita are two of my most beloved friends and really like family, especially in the sacred music making community, small music sacred community in San Diego. And so when I heard that you two were collaborating together to make music and that you wanted my bassing on there, it was a dream come true, really. And I think, I can't remember, maybe Laura, you can help me remember, but there are two distinct versions of the song. There's kind of the one that DTO's fat beat came on, and then kind of more of the organic version of it. But when I heard this version of it, I was just like, whoa, first of all, this is my favorite DTO song of all time, for sure. Like, not just because Sita's on it, but because like this is a good song. And I showed it to my beloved Queen Flo as well, and she was like the same way, like, well, this is next level. And the bass was so fat already that I didn't really know what to do with it. I played around with it a bit, and I really just ended up mimicking the bass line that was already there, but putting an organic bass, electric bass with some distortion tone on it. And it was fun. It was really actually easy and fluid for me to contribute to this track. And I really love what you did, Dave, with it, and the parts that you took And it actually, there were a couple moments where it kind of forced me to get more expansive and creative with my style and my sound. There's a little trilly thing that I do. I'm so glad that you kept that, Dave. That was one of my like favorite moments actually I've ever had of recording bass. It just kind of came through me and it
Nice.
divinely guided. And then, you know, I've used this song in so many playlists and so many yoga classes and so many dance journeys. It's a pride and joy of mine to know that I contributed to this. And when I heard that you were having the album release at Belly Up, one of my favorite places, and I was working, and I got a ticket and I showed up like way late, and I showed up right when Sita was being introduced at the end and did her little spin and magic thing. And that was a very magic moment for me too. So, yeah, I'm so grateful to have had this opportunity, and I really hope to be able to collaborate with you all again soon. I'm here. I just arrived at my destination, so that was perfect timing for you to invite me to speak. I'm here in Bend, Oregon,
Nice.
at Miller Landing, right on the Deschutes River. And then there's an Equinox ecstatic dance jam happening out on the grass. So I'm about to sign off and go there.
Well, get your bass face on. That's just, rumor has it. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate all the work you're up to in the world, creating connection, community, collaborations, and we love you. Tons of blessings to your family. Yeah, you're an amazing man, father, friend, and I also so appreciate us to be a part of this tight-knit spiritual musical family of blessings. So get on the dance floor or the grass floor. Get back to Mama Gaia. All right, brother.
Love you guys.
Love you, brother. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you, Andrew. So Andrew is an incredible bassist, and he did a remix of one of my songs called Spirit. And a little quick backstory on that is he was one of the first remix producers that came to me and was like, hey, DTO, how about I take your foundational ideas from your debut album, Nameless Energy, for this song Spirit that I love, and add some electronic sounds, some more rhythms to it. And I was like, okay. And then it's interesting because part of tonight's gathering and celebration is we have Kafa, who did a remix of the song The Way. And so this is why we did the launch party on this equinox. We felt it was perfect timing. We've already had the launch party planned, you know, but then we were like, how are we going to put it into a place where the remix is already completed, the music's video is ready, and all of us are able to be here. So Oscar, I'd love to hear from you, the videographer of this project. And Oscar is one of those incredible souls on this planet where once you have a conversation and you share your vision, tell them what you're up to. I was like, okay, 3 locations. We want to be in the desert, we want to be at the beach, and we want to be in the city, you know? So we have, that's for videographers, isn't that a little more complicated, right? Because you're like, okay, I have 3 different locations, and we did them day 1, day 2, day 3. We didn't mess around. Anyone that is an actor, actress that have ever had any film schedule, you know, sometimes you get like a day in the middle or you have a weekend off or whatever. We just went for it. And Oscar said yes from the beginning. And he was such an incredible, generous, like we couldn't have done it without you situation, you know? So I'd love to hear, as we've heard from everyone so far, like what was your memory of getting the call from us to be the videographer? And then what kind of experiences did you have on set? I have a quick funny story before you get on camera. Remember this Sita Rose, where he was like, we were filming and all of a sudden he's like, this is awesome. I love you guys. This is like, yeah, like he was like dialed into like the cosmic flow of like soul tribe and family. It was so beautiful. It was like, we just watched you. It was like that moment in Back to the Future when he's like 1.21 gigawatts. You just felt like, I think what happened, Sita Rose, is after having the song on repeat so many times, I think his third eye opened up. That's my story. All right, Oscar, it's all you.
Totally. The music's working.
You know what, guys? Definitely, Sita, thank you so much. Dave, so much. You guys definitely changed my life. You know, this song and the project did so much for me. And I'm so grateful and blessed by meeting you guys and aligning with all of you and putting this project together, because I mean, it really, like, I actually through networking with everyone, you know, we still have some relationships going on, and I've done other stuff too. It was interesting for me to work on this project because normally I'm the one who's, you know, in my mind, kind of thinking of what it's gonna somewhat look like, because I'm the one with, I guess it's, you know, but I was following, you know, direction. So it was a really beautiful opportunity for me to be in this position, you know, and obviously since then, because of that experience, like I said, you know, like I've had many other opportunities where, because of you guys, like I'm able to think different, I guess, you know, I don't know, function different, but it was beautiful, you know. And again, we're, you know, going, I know Sita, you went and scouted some sites, and, you know, and then eventually we drove out to like the mountains, the deserts. I was like, what the hell, but we're going to do this anyways. And so like, yeah, like Dave says, I was all about it. And I was like, yes, all the way. Yes, 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 yes. Because I was just excited, and I'm just really honored and blessed. And I'm so grateful, guys. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that everyone, you know, who participated, and everyone had an amazing time. And I love you guys. Thank you so much.
We love you, brother. Thank you for your energy and your presence tonight. And check this photo out. What was cool, we did the selfie at every location that we went to. Like, we'd have a day, we'd go through everything it takes. For anyone out there that's ever filmed a music video. And for some of you that are joining us right now, you were on the set when we did the urban setting in San Diego. But prior to that, we had already been out in the desert day 1, beach day 2, and then day 3 was the urban set. So this is us at the beach. This is our day 2. So you can see how much fun we were having. And yeah, it's such an incredible experience to be on set and know that no matter how many times you're thinking, okay, do we have to go over this, or is this angle this way or that way? In the end, and that's what I love about Visionaries, is we get to understand there is going to be a final product, there is going to be the end result, and there's going to be something that can have an impact with other people. You know, the lyrics, show me the way. How many of us have these existential moments where you're like, show me the way, like, where am I going here? You know, and that's what's powerful about different locations on set and angles. And what I love about Oscar, and if anyone, you know, is interested in having incredible videographers, you love to be with the energy, the experience, in the dirt, in the trees, on the cliffs, wherever you want to go.
I like yeah.
I think you got up on a ladder, you got up on,
angle, you know?
Yeah, all the angles you got up on was really incredible to see. So I do want to show this another behind the scenes clip, because it really captivates, you know, as I said, all the time and energy that people put into learning the choreography. So here is a quick little video. And this was filmed, where was this at? What part of San Diego County?
North Park.
North Park,
Yeah,
okay.
this is North Park. Right on
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, leap, reach, hit, step up, step up, step, flick, flick, body roll, body roll, body roll, hit, and 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot, step, and breathe.
There you go, Sita. So awesome. So wonderful. Yeah. And so to be on the set and to really see that experience with having the choreography, with having our community show up. And something that Andrew mentioned that I think is a great opportunity to show everyone the backstory is, you know, this is one of 7 songs that was featured on the album Infinite Energy. So I want to roll a 1-minute clip that can really share what this actual video process took for us to create it, because it was, I mean, just have everyone show up in one place at the same time, it was almost like impossible. But we found this one date, and so all 7 singers showed up for the photo shoot, and everyone got to see and know each other. And what's interesting now is like all of us are just scattered all over the world. Like I'm in Costa Rica right now of all places. So it's pretty cool. So I just want to roll this quick clip for everyone. And this is a back story, a little snippet. Each singer got to share what their song's about. Here you go.
Ethereal into the spiritual realms.
The way. Clearing for the vision of your path.
Gayatri activation. This is a prayer. Shakti vortex.
A gateway to the heart.
Electricidad. Lightning bolts in your heart or in your stomach, and it shoots out from everywhere.
Stars. Sacred connection. Being passionate.
Dolce ardor. Transformation and renewal.
All right, that was a quick little behind the scenes of what we were able to create when we were on set doing the photo shoot. Yeah, and we had incredible support. Remember that, Sita Rose? We had Dawn that had the jewelry that had all the different colors that followed the 7 chakras. There's so many synchronistic moments. And then Erin Dressen and Jennifer Quest are incredible photographers that supported putting all of that together. And just to let everyone know, some people ask, like, how did everyone get like the most solid, incredible posture at the same time? So just a little wizard behind the curtain. Each individual had their photo taken, as you saw in some of those clips from the video, and then they were stitched together in post-production. And this image is incredible. I to this day, I pass it out on my business card when I meet people all over the world. And right now I'm in Costa Rica, and it's so colorful. It brings people more awareness around what the 7 chakras are. And beautifully, like where I live in Costa Rica, more and more people are practicing yoga. So there's such a gift in the different languages. As you can see, there's 4 different languages. So we have mantra, that's Sanskrit. Himalaya raps in Sanskrit for Shakti Vortex. We have Electricidad by Tamara, who's in the yellow. And then we have a spoken word poem by Emma Grace. And then we have Dolce Allure by Andrea Sainz. And then Gayatri Activation, that is Sabrina Sapal. And she was a part of a remix recently. And then Sita Rose singing and sharing about Om Ganesha and the Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha mantra. And then Kiyoshi, as well as AT and Tyler, that did Ethereal. And that song also has a remix. So before we share the music video, I do want to bring on Kafa. And he is an incredible artist that we got to connect through all of these incredible electronic music producers that are linking up and finding each other or electromagnetically connecting, however we connect in the world. So that's really powerful. And so when you came to me and we talked about doing a remix, I want to show everyone the artwork for the remix. So I'll play just the first little bit here. That's just a little teaser there. We're not going to give him the whole enchilada. All right, so let's bring on Kafa because he is the remix producer for this track. How's it going, brother? Nice to see you. I know you had a gig tonight, so I appreciate you coming on and being able to share about your experience of doing a remix. Because there's a lot of people that listen to music, they just push play on Spotify, YouTube, whatever platform, TikTok, Don't Stop. And Don't Stop probably the next app. This will be like a Simpsons episode where you rewind, it predicts the future. Be like there was Snapchat, then there's TikTok, and then there's Don't Stop. There's MySpace and Facebook and all the things. So now we're on Zoom and we're live streaming on the Face Machine, and we'll call it. So Kafa, and many people that are into the music scene know that remix is really like another interpretation of how you would take these puzzle pieces of what we call stem files and put them together in your own self-expression as an artist, while also, you know, respecting and honoring what the original song was about and the intentions, and kind of recognizing the genre. So what I love about what you're up to with your music career, everyone please check out Kafa on Spotify, all the places and spaces. And this is a remix that's now launched. It's out there. The only thing we haven't officially launched is the official music video, but I thought it'd be great for everyone to hear, since you have a moment, because you just played at a yoga class moments ago, right? You had a gig tonight. Sweet.
Yeah.
And that's the heartbeat of what we love as artists, right? Is to produce, and then get it out there and share. So we'd love to hear from each person. And Sita Rose shared, the bass player for the original track, Andrew shared, Oscar, the videographer for the music video. Love to hear like your perspective on this project. And you know, that first part, the looping is so mesmerizing, but you can answer however you want, but give us a quick little story around this track.
Well, for me, I mean, the whole thing is just like a mantra. There's a lot of repetition, you know, and throughout the entire track. But as it moves throughout the different parts of the track, it kind of finds its own way, not to like use the same, you know, title of the song, but it's a lot about, you know, for me, it was a lot about moving through different points of my life. You know, there's the softer points, there's the more upbeat points, there's the harder points, there's the, you know, fun dancey points. So, you know, finding, especially where I've come, you know, especially making yoga music, finding your way is kind of moving through all those parts and gaining the wisdom of how to navigate them. So kind of capitulating that, you know, by capturing each of those images and putting them into one cohesive composition was kind of how I attacked this. There's a lot of moving parts in it, but there's always that, you know, mantra that's always solid throughout the entire thing, that is, you know, the thread that binds it all together.
Yeah, that's definitely, wow. I just recognize your talents, your ability to allow for the honoring, the respect of what the mantra means, how we can stay connected, how we are connected. And you being familiar with my catalog of music, that meant the world to me, because then you understood like what, as I was saying earlier today, which is there's the sender, there's the message, there's the receiver, then there's the feedback. So we as collective humanity, there are messages that are out there, right? Whatever that message is, especially this day and age, there's so much flow and signal and noise and feedback loops happening at all times. So what I love is, of the messages that are out there, I feel like we as these senders of what's possible with the way, and to create this art that not only is represented with audio, but with video. And I believe we gave you a sneak preview of the music video before you even did the remix, right? We were like putting it all out there saying, okay, here's the project, here's what we want to do. And I remember when we were talking on the phone, it was like, okay, well, we're going to be launching this music video. It'd be pretty awesome if you did a remix of this track. So I'm grateful that all of that intention, energy, putting that out there is what's possible came to life. And as we know, ideas are just ideas and messages are just message unless you have action to it. So I love your production style, love your approach. And I love how deeply connected you are to the practice of yoga yourself and playing for classes. Because that's really my beginnings as an artist, as DTO, as I was playing all these yoga studios all over. I was like Johnny Appleseed, passing out my business cards, playing, bringing my harmonium, bringing my speakers, being my own roadie, of course, going to all these festivals worldwide as well. And so that's what I love is there's a very, very, you know, people, when they think of the music industry, they think it's this ginormous, you know, system, which it truly is in many ways. But the style and the type of artist that we are, it's pretty tight like everyone knows someone that knows someone else. Like even when you and I first started talking, it was like, oh, this person, and oh, DJ Taz and Momentology, and like, oh, you know, Kiyoshi, and you know, it was just like all this back and forth of everyone knowing each other. So that's what I think is powerful about you know, this song being remixed by you. And so we'll play the entire part of it at the end. So thanks for being here. And so who's ready to watch the music video? We'd love to actually, maybe, let me see. You ready? Show of hands, show of hands. Okay. And also Sandy, because you were on the set, I'm going to bring you on camera because you answered the call, going back to, you know, receiving the message of the request, hey, come and be in our music video. So tell us about like why you were a yes, how you got your sister to come on set, and like any experience you could share as your perception of being a part of the crew and the cast, you know?
Hi, yes. Well, when I got the call, and you know, it was just like I was so excited. I'm so excited. I'm like, I just can't wait to see it. But it was such a wonderful time being on set and everything, and I think it was just very divinely timed. You know, certain time in my life of like wanting to remove obstacles and things like that. So that song was so beautiful. And it just meant so much to me during that whole season in my life and being connected to all of you. Oh, I love that picture. But yeah, I was just like, wow, opportunity. And it, you know, the date and time worked out. And, you know, I live in North Park, so that's meaningful to me too. I really enjoy it here. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, and then I met Laura way back, even when my daughter Emery was like a little baby and she's doing seed and song. And so I just, yeah, and I've always just adored Laura and her energy, and, you know, so being able to be a part of this collaboration, and, you know, it's just the community feel. And I mean, the vibes were just like lit, you know, it was just amazing. And just meeting everyone. Yeah, so, and my sister, I mean, she's not like, you know, really on social media on the, you know, like with this community, but I got her to come, and, you know, we were like, let's match. And we did a different style. So that's my twin right there. And, you know, she was actually tired from the day before and didn't really have much sleep, but she did, you know, great. She really enjoyed it, and she met some new, like a lot of new people.
So awesome. Yeah. And grateful that you're here to share your experience, and grateful that you're a yes and showed up. And big shout out to quite a few people that aren't able to see this live, but we always got the archive. And so big shout out to Kula Yoga, which is Eddie, and his crew came out. Here's his incredible participantes, como diría en español, porque es la comunidad latina. So he has an incredible yoga studio in Chula Vista. So if anyone's in Chula Vista, San Diego County, and we want to give a huge shout out to Tamara. She choreographed. So as you know, Sandy, you were given direction from Tamara on set, and we were like, let's meet an hour or so before. Here's Tamara. You know, of course, she's in between like 3 productions and the theater, and she's teaching yoga and all that. I know, Sandy, you're a yoga instructor as well. So I love how this community has always come together. We have Gina and Steven that do incredible acro. We have Amanda, have Amber, who actually came to our Costa Rica retreat, which was amazing. And yeah, so many people. We have June in the back, and June brought some friends. And yeah, I think this photo really puts in perspective, like the joy and the connection and that feeling of accomplishment. Like, sometimes, you know, when you're behind the scenes, if anyone out there has been behind the scenes working on a project, especially on film, you're like, okay, I'm not sure how this section is going to then fit into that section. And then comes in Kiyoshi, and he came in and edited the first section of the music video. And then Kyle Chandler came in and put some other footage in, and he supported that process. So awesome. Thank you, Sandy, for sharing. So wonderful to see you. And yeah, SD tribe all the way. And even though your sister's on social media, so she will not see this, feel free to give her our gratitude.
I will.
Yeah, thank you so much. Namaste.
So good to see you, Sandy. I think we also have Misha. Misha was in the crew. I don't know if that's Sharon, but I also want to shout out Misha for being in the,
okay, Misha, how you doing?
Well.
Yes. Oh, actually, earlier, going back to feel like I'm did my research before we did our event tonight. I was going through research, meaning I went to the archives of Facebook, and it was really great because I found this awesome photo of Misha on set. And it was wonderful what energy she brought. And let me see if I can pull that up in just a second here. And yeah, it's so interesting. Let's just take a moment to take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and just, feel into the gratitude of how many incredible souls that we've connected with in this lifetime already. And how, even though we're not physically together, as that beautiful photo represented the times when we were, we're feeling so connected and honored, and I'm grateful for everyone that was able to and is able to stay in that creative flow and self-expression, and believing in the power of art to transform the world and ideas. Like for centuries and millions of years before us, there's been artists and poets and musicians and painters and people that are in the fashion and costumes, like there's so many parts of an era, and we're living in an era right now, right? In 2021, moving forward, turn of the century. And it's wonderful to see that things are a lot more global, and we get to live and play wherever we want, in many ways. Some of you that knew me in San Diego, I was there for 22 years now. Himalaya and I are happily living in Costa Rica. And so there's just a great opportunity for community to stay in connection. And so I want to just take this moment to honor everyone that was able to come to the music video set and to be there, and to really support our vision. And that's what it comes down to. And that's why I'm grateful that so many of you were a yes, because you recognize what the vision was, what the intention is. And so even though we can't see you on camera, Misha, there's your bliss moment. Maybe she'll jump on camera like energetically or something. I know you're here somewhere, but all beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so I think the time has come. Is there any questions, anything else we need to add to the space before we roll the music video? Sita Rose, as my co-producer.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to, like, if you have any questions about what it takes, like put an album. I know so many of you are artists and, could see yourself doing something like this. So just kind of want to open up that space too, if you have any questions. Here you have DTR, who is an incredible master at what he does. And
hey, I'm okay on Zoom too. Check this out. I can like put up so here's the cast and crew. Let's give a big, I'm going to like do it old school from my notes on iPhone, like roll the
so great
credits before the show. So cast and crew, it just came together magically. And as a producer, musician myself, Sita Rose, producer, singer, Bolovsky was on, bass player, Oscar Hernandez, who's in Mexico, Viva Mexico, videographer, Tamara, who's the choreographer. And then the editor was two editors. We had Kiyoshi and Kyle Chandler. And then these are the amazing, incredible dancers that came. We have June Love, we have Misha, we have Sandy, we have Gina, Shiwana, we have Ali, we have Steven, we have Gina, we have Lauren, we have Kula Yoga represented. And then we also have Elsa, Amber, and then Amanda. So as we can see here, there's a lot of incredible people that took time out of their day to come and be on set. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, I love how Sita Rose, you answered, the next moment, which is, how can we support you? Because one thing that Sita Rose and I love to do is share like what it takes to create art. So as a musician, it's from silence to sound. As a painter, it's from a blank canvas to creation. And what I love is Sita Rose, you offer courses, I offer courses as well, and mentorship. And there's a lot of ways that we can support anyone out there. Some of us have felt like, yeah, this is the time to be creative. This is like a renaissance period, for all of us going inward, introspectively. There's a lot to be shared out there in the world. So if anyone has any questions on the process of creating, I see Misha here in the chat, by the way. It's wild now how long I've known many of you. I was just reflecting on that. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, it's wonderful how we get to be connected, stay connected. And we are, check this out, we're currently live on Facebook as well. So in case anyone wants to comment there, feel free to. And truly, you can comment afterwards, and we're always more than happy to answer any questions you have about the process. But really, I feel as an artist, as a musician, like once you have the audio, it's maybe because I grew up in like the VH1, MTV. Actually, I'm going to date myself. Before all of that, there used to be this show called Friday Night Videos. And so that's kind of where I started to fall in love with. I think the first music video I saw as a kid was Kiss, Lick It Up. There's a song that goes, lick it up. And I was this kid like in 5th grade, you know, having a slumber party at my buddy's house. And we were like, what? These guys are like, you know, music video, and they're like rocking out. And, you know, from there I was like, that's a music video. I was like, okay, that would be cool to be in a music video. I mean, it's totally different genre of music that we're presenting tonight. You know, I love all styles of music as long as it's quality. So yeah, that's what's great about the process of creating a music video. And that's what you and I felt too, Sita Rose, is, all right, how are we going to get people to come, or do we want people to be in the music video? Because sometimes it's like too many cooks in the kitchen kind of thing. Like if you have too many people and we have to coach them, we have to choreograph them. What's our vision? How are we doing it? And Oscar said earlier, like normally when he's the videographer, he knows what to do. He's directing. And so what was cool is we all three kind of co-directed on those days. Yeah. So shall we watch the music video? Who's ready?
Drum roll.
Let's do it for like reelsy reels. All right. So without further ado,
Wait, quick question. Is it okay if I like screen record like 15 or 30 seconds and tag you guys on Instagram?
Oh, please. Yeah. Instagram. We're all the IGs here for me. Cool. We appreciate that. Yeah. Anything you can tag and follow and subscribe and click the button below.
All the things.
All the things. Yeah. Covered in like avocado chocolate mousse. Yeah. So what was great though, I will share something. When Emily and I moved to Costa Rica, we started watching The Mandalorian, you know, and I don't get any proceeds from them at all by saying this. Although the first movie I watched in the theater was Star Wars, 1977. My babysitter took me there. It's 3 years old. It was so impressionable. I remember it. And so when The Mandalorian came out and he kept on telling Baby Yoda, Grogu, which was like a phenomenon. I think the next phenomenon, again, Ganesha, be like next Grogu. He's the apprentice, the Jedi master in the making. Well, actually, he is the Jedi master, but Grogu needs training yet. So when we were watching The Mandalorian, he's like, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. Well, what is the way? The way of the Mandalorian, right? And so it was so cool because when we are part of this process of creating music and art that can not only impact our hearts and others, it's like, yeah, this is the way. Like, what else would I want to be doing? This is my pathway. Whereas I've learned more and more from Himalaya has taught me, like, there's this dharmic path that you get to choose, you get to remember, right? And so this is what I love about art and community and coming together. So, all right, here we go. Here we go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. And here we go. This is the way.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
Yes. So
Huge.
grateful.
I was just feeling like all of those. It just kind of hits me like how much back and forth. Yeah, emotional. Yeah, I totally feel that too, Ashley. It's like, wow, all of the, and also the hours, like so much back and forth. So many texts with you, DTL, of like, okay, what do you think about this? Like, and then it's like 3 minutes, boom, there it is. So wild.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those interesting times of reflection of like how the small little casita I was living in and small little Poway, California. So it's been awesome to like feel like all the time and energy. And that's what's beautiful. I feel like we all have different chapters in our lives. And I think if we forgot about that, it's been reminded of us in a huge way, like being grateful for the gift of life and the gift of art. And the, big shout out to my mom for classically training me on piano so I can even have the joy and gift of music, even though every time I was practicing, guess what I was saying? Mom, I just want to go outside and play with my friends. And be like, no, sit down, do your scale. So, so yeah. And how about you, Sita Rose? Like, when did you begin music? Like,
oh
so
my
long
gosh.
ago.
Yeah, I mean, my mom was a piano teacher, so I started right as soon as I was out of the womb. So lots of gratitude for that, and I'm with you. Like, I was like, I don't want to practice. I don't want to do that. And then here I am. It's such an outlet for, emotional expression, and so grateful. I hear so many of my clients are like, I wish my mom had made me continue. I took lessons for like 1 year and then I gave up, and I'm like, I really am grateful for that, for music to be such a prominent aspect of my life.
Yeah, it's that whole like just keep moving forward no matter what, even though we have breakdowns, there's always that opportunity for breakthroughs. And it's such a metaphor, just have the vision. Like I was clear, I wanted to design an album, 7 songs for 7 chakras, and despite of what was happening, and it's like, let's do it, let's make it happen. So grateful that you're a yes to this project, Sita Rose, and that we've got to put it all together and see it come through. So everyone here in the chat on Zoom, and I'll put it in the comments on Facebook, I did put the official launch sequences for this music video. So you can watch it, share it, and, check it out. Share it with anyone that you feel would enjoy how this artistic expression can possibly land for someone. That's what I think. I mean, music is so wild. Like I can hear a song like Take My Breath Away from the movie Top Gun. Take my breath away. And all I can think of is like 5th grade middle school dances, like holding someone on the hips and like going back and forth, like super nerdy. But it's like music just like is a time machine. It's so amazing. And who knows, 20 years from now, I'll be listening to The Way or the remix by Coffin. I'll be like, yeah, I remember that. It was like when I first moved to Costa Rica, and, just like places and spaces and time. It's such a mystical, powerful gift that we get to have. And yeah, so any closing thoughts, Sita Rose?
Just so much gratitude for you. It's been, I know we've been kind of in this creative vortex of infinite energy for about 3 years, maybe more now. And so it feels like such a culmination of collaborating with you, and what a delight. I've learned so much being in your sphere as well. And just, it's such an incredible thing to be part of. It felt like such a bigger thing. It felt bigger than us. And that's totally what lights me up, being a part of projects like that. And so I'm really grateful for all of you who have supported the music and been a part of the journey, whether directly or indirectly, because gosh, isn't that what makes life worth living?
Oh, so much. All right, well, I will show one little secret video here that I don't think many people have seen. I'm going to show the big launch party we did for Infinite Energy at the Belly Up in San Diego. technically in Solana Beach. So let's watch that, because this was a big, big night of our lives. Truly one of the top 3 nights of my life. So here we go. Check it out. Such a great night. It just all came together. This is at the Belly Up 2018. This is the worldwide launch of Infinite Energy by DTO and the Medicine Garden by Kiyoshi.
Full showcase event tonight with Buddha Music Group.
These events are give backs. We're raising the vibration of the planet.
One thing that these Buddha music artists are up to is giving back to Connected Warriors and the Sean O'Shea Foundation.
Free yoga for service members, military, their families, to really help them heal from all the stuff that's going on in the world.
In the flow, here we are, worldwide launch, Infinite Energy.
This has been an amazing process. We just had our circle up before we go on stage, and we felt what we're bringing out there, and you can feel the essence of it.
Buddha Music Group, we're raising the vibrations of the planet through art and music.
And that's what Buddha is all about.
We got Kiyoshi, who's a conscious hip hop. Everything that he does is heartfelt, and he's contributing a positive message to the planet.
What's up, y'all? Me and DTO, we are debuting our new albums. Happy to be a part of Buddha Music Group. We have amazing musicians here.
We're really, really excited to be here tonight. John Goodhue, we've got DTO, we've got Kiyoshi, and we've got Nikki Genesis, and they're all part of the Buddha family.
Preparing for our world premiere, Infinite Energy. We have 7 songs for 7 chakras, featuring 7 goddesses.
All of it put on tonight by Buddha Music Group, Mr. Mark DeVoe.
And then top it all off, we've got Pagoda Visuals. She's here, going to give us a visual experience.
It's going to be a phenomenal night. We are so happy.
It's a real treat for everyone who's here tonight.
Bringing a positive message, and we're so happy that everybody's here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, last on with you, GTO.
Yep. I said it was great. Big shout out to Mark DeVoe, Buddha Music Group. And it was such a great night when we did that, because it was a Tuesday night, the spring equinox. And guess what? Like, Belly Up was packed. They were sold out. They had to call in like more support. Like, wait, what's going on? It's a Tuesday night. Like, why is there a line around the door? So that was a huge shout out to our yoga community and everyone in the community of San Diego. And actually, quick side story, when we were at the Sedona Yoga Festival, there was a flight attendant that came to one of Himalaya and I's class, and she flies like American Airlines. She's like, when's your launch party? I'm going to buy the first album. I'll be there. No problem. She flew in. I think she was coming in from like Dubai or something. She came to the launch. So it was such a wild time. But yeah, you know, this is what's great, is being able to share. And as what we talk about is having nonprofits. Big shout out to Gloria at the Sean O'Shea Foundation, where she is having yoga instructors teach inner city children. And that's such a huge part of, I feel, how we can get connected as human beings, is to find a pathway to do that. And I feel like yoga for kids is wonderful, as well as for military men and women and veterans that are able to connect through yoga. And I've done a lot of events in San Diego County on the flight deck, and other, you know, types of give backs with Connected Warriors. Big shout out to Judy Weaver, who's a part of that nonprofit in the world. And yeah, so that was a trip down memory lane, because this album, a lot of people don't even know, when you peel back the layers of how much time and energy and passion goes into this. And there's so many times where whatever we really want in life, or what we're feeling is that we're called to do, so many times there's like something happens, you get a flat tire, you get the, like Kiyoshi, for example, when he was filming one of his music videos, on his way to the music video, they like crashed the van, but guess what? We still filmed the music video. It's like the show must go on. So I feel like there's this pathway. It's like the artist way, right? You're going to be told by your inner voice to, oh, you're not good enough, imposter syndrome, all that, but you just go for it anyway. So that's what I love about you and I, Sita Rose, is these Midwestern kids that whatever happens, we have this grit and this work ethic to just keep moving forward. And big shout out to your love and passion for music. And thank you for inviting me to your album launch party to be able to perform on stage and be with you and support. Wow, that night was incredible. The amount of people that showed up, that was phenomenal. That was in North Park, right?
Yeah.
Like, all roads lead. There's some like vortex happening. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it was, I think one of my friends was like, it felt like the conscious carnival. It was like the conscious music carnival. I was like, yeah, totally. And so, yeah, what an epic. We had a question come in through, and what year was the that party that you just showed, and that was 2018, right?
Yeah, 2018, and then your launch.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, there's a great question, Ryan. Thanks. Yeah, and then you did your follow-up. So if anyone goes to Spotify, you will find that there are 3 versions of The Way.
Yeah.
So I guess
I told
there's
you the magic number is 3.
Yes.
We got 3 different versions.
3 different versions. Yeah, big shout out to Kafa here. So when I even just typed in The Way, we have the original, and then we have the one that's, of course, on your album. That is for 7 songs, 7 chakras, which is so wild. I was doing a 7 song, 7 chakra album. You were doing one.
Here's in the air. Yeah.
Yep. And what's great about your version is yours a little more acoustic style. And thank you for, having me perform on that one. And then the Kafa remix is right here as well. So what I want to do is close out tonight by sharing the Kafa remix. You already watched the music video. Here in the chat, on the comments, I put the YouTube. So make sure to share that with anyone that you feel would be impacted by it, right? That's what art can do. It can really impact us and see like, wow, look all the incredible people that came out on set. Think about the music. And yeah, thanks again, Kafa, for doing an incredible remix. Thank you, Sita Rose. Thank you for everyone, cast and crew that came out once upon a time in early 2020 in San Diego County to create this incredible project. And here's another photo of everyone that was on set that day to allow for this music video. The only people that aren't seen in this photo would be Kiyoshi and Kyle Chandler that were part of the editing team. And a lot of people know that there's 4 stages, right? Pre-production, production, post-production, and distribution. So this is the distribution phase right now. And thank you for everyone that supported in all the different ways. And big shout out for Kafa for the remix. And thank you everyone here on Zoom and on Facebook and whichever other platform you may see this on. We love you. We appreciate you. We see you. And yeah, like, tap into your third eye, get that intuition, that vision, allow for that magnetic energy of your full potential to call you forward. So that's what we honor, and that's what we believe is the way. All right. Thanks again, everyone. And here we go with the remix by Kafa of The Way. Wow. Ashley, I saw you loving that one. You're probably like, I'm gonna put that into an ecstatic dance.
Yeah, that's so good. Ready for the ecstatic dance.
Right. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you, Kafa, for the remix. Thank you, everyone, for being here, your presence, your energy. Yeah, keep on breathing. Awesome. All right. So I put the YouTube link in the chat in the comments. You can check it out everywhere. Hey, Misha, what's up, sister? Hola,
I have
hola.
to go, but thank you all so much. I love you all.
We love you. Appreciate you. I'm
Bye.
sure you felt all the love. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll be in connection. If you want to follow us, go to any of our social medias, our places and spaces. And yeah, we'd love to connect, love to jump on a call, love to talk about how we can support one another, right? Let's keep on having the tribe come together and unite with common interests, goals, and as the third eye chakra shows us in this incredible song, is what is the way? What is your path? And we're not here together. You don't have to do it alone, right? That's what's fun about music, is the creativity and the collaboration. So signing off, DTO, Sita Rose, and the whole crew. Thank you again. Mucho amor. Hasta luego.